Is this the most important part of your production and the end product?
Yes, it is. The reason we were so strict, we have access control, is because of cross-contamination. Cross-contamination is, and of course security, but mostly it's cross-contamination. The people in the factory have to have the safety gear. So we don't allow anybody, even now we don't have safety gear. So we're going to be here for a very short time.
All right.
Yes.
So the safety gear, of course, is the coat that the gentleman, or rather the coats that the gentlemen are wearing.
Yes.
Okay. So once you check in here, shift yao imeanza, ama shift yako imeanza, munaanzianga wapi?
Depending with what you're producing. This side is where we do what you call hot mixing. That side is cold mixing.
Okay.
Depending with what we are producing, we have a quality control manager. The quality control manager first have to go and get what we call a picking list from the system. We have a manufacturing software. With the picking list, depending with the numbers and what you're producing, they goes to the store, the raw material store, where the products are measured, or rather the raw materials are measured. If it's cold, it goes to that side, and then the mixing starts according to the formulation. Once we mix from there, they're put on the conveyor belt. There's a filling machine. It can be either or side.
Either the hot or cold?
Or the hot or cold. It goes to the filling machine. As you can see, those are the empty bottles. They're arranged there. They are filled, then they're put on the conveyor belt, and they go all the way to the end. Now from this direction, the filling machine, it goes to the cupping, where we cup the bottles.
So what exactly do you deal with in the hot section, and what do you deal with in the cold section? What's the difference?
The hot section is where you need heat. Things like lotions, creams, treatment, hair food. That is a combination of hot and cold, where you mix oils and water. Now, they have to be at a certain degree for them to be able to blend in. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Step by step. Please tell us what each and every machine does here. Starting off with this one, of course.
This is a petroleum jelly machine.
All right.
It is actually the mixer. It's actually what you called a jacketed tank.
Okay.
It is heated through water system. The water goes through an element in here. It's pumped up and it circulates. So it maintains a certain temperature.
Okay, so what are we mixing here?
Here we are mixing petroleum jelly. Those are waxes and oils that are mixed from there. Or hair food is also mixed from here. Then we use this machine for packing. It's very precise and it will pack to the quantity that we require.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this for the raw material.
That is for, actually this is a mixing tank. Okay. Yeah. This is for lotions and creams. We get hot water. Normally you use a jacketed tank, but because of the space, we had to improvise. So we heat our water to a certain degree. You can see a thermometer that is there. And then our hot products, this heats the waxes. This is water, which we mix here. So when we mix here, it comes out to be either a lotion or cream, depending with whatever it is that we are manufacturing, or even treatment. We use the same tank. Now from here is when it goes to the filling machine. Now this is a filling machine. It is precise. It fills according to the measurements you're filling. Either we are packing 500 grams, 250 grams, 50 grams, or 100 ml, depending. So this, we adjust it, and then that's what we use for filling. So like,
let's say this is?
This is 250.
All right, and?
This is 250. Right now, what we have in the tank is actually none of the oil, because today we are not manufacturing.
Okay.
So what we have done is a sort of a small formulation, but this is water-based, it's not oil-based.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just use this for you to see how we feel it.
The process.
Yeah, the process. This is a pneumatic machine. Tony, you want to come and operate it? Come and operate it.
Tony, come and join us. Yeah.
This is Tony. Tony Chege. Tony Chege. Don't mind the hair.
But you know that's what smart people do, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Professors
He's
in
too
university,
brainy to come in
they're
his
too
hair.
brainy. They don't have that time.
Yes, for a person who manufactures cosmetics, he loves his hair the way it is. Tony is a quality control manager. Tony's background is industrial chemistry, and he's the one who keeps the quality. He's the one who does everything here. Yeah, and him and his team. Right. Yeah. So Tony, can you show us how to operate the filling machine? Yeah.
This is the pressure meter. Then this is the gauge for the depending on the capacity. So this is the mixing, the gauge.
This is where it comes off. it has to be long because we feel it from there, but in this case you're going to do it from the table, so it has to be long to get to the level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just nozzle here for the leg and for the hands.
Okay. Why do you need the jug, Tony?
Yeah, exactly, for the spillage now.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
know it's very, very foamy side because of the pressure now. So now we need to make sure that it doesn't contact the level.
Yeah.
So we see now is because of the foam it has to go down, then you have to calibrate it better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it works.
Normally the jug is, he just uses it to calibrate. You see, because you keep on adjusting depending with the quantities and you're trying to avoid spillage because of safety. So he'll just measure. Once he gets the required quantity that is required after he calibrates, that's when now he'll remove the jug and you start filling directly on the bottles. Yeah. This is just for calibration purposes. Yes, yes. That's why we're using semi-automated.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This is for warming or heating waxes. It actually can be a small lipstick machine.
Oh.
Yeah. It mixes, it's a small tank because lipsticks you pack them in 10 ml in small quantities, 10 or 15 ml. You don't need a big tank. So with this you can do up to about 4,000 lipsticks.
What?
You can do, if it's 10 ml, you can do up to what? 10 ml, Tony? At
The capacity is 15 liters.
it's 15 liters. So 15 liters multiplied by 1,000, you get the mls and then you pack. So you can get up to 4,000 pieces.
So you guys have done 4,000 pieces of lipstick?
Yes, we have. Yeah. So that one is a heating tank and a mixing tank. Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know if I'm allowed to touch stuff. I'm not, right?
No, you can touch.
Oh,
It's
okay.
touch. That's stainless.
So what does this do?
This is for cold mixes. This mostly we use for shampoos, and that tank there we use for detergent. Not detergent. We use it for face wash and shower gels. This one we use for shampoos. That's where we do our mixing. It's called mixing because there's no heat that is necessary. There's required.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and we have this very long, I can say table, I guess?
Conveyor belt.
Conveyor belt.
Yeah.
It looks like a table.
It moves like this. Is it on?
So once Tony is done with
Once
this
we fill-
section,
It needs to be looked at. This is what I talked about, delays that comes with production.
how much did setting this up and having all this equipment here cost?
Oh, Jesus, it can be tricky. I need to compile it, but for this equipment, I got this equipment from China. It costed about 2 million shillings.
2 million.
Yes, 2 million. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's what do you call it? Semi-automated. Yeah, equipment, yeah. We put the products here. They move to this side. That is a cupping machine.
So it goes.
It goes to the end, this side. Then we take the product from there and cup it on this other side. So once we cup the machine here, this is a cupping machine. We cup the product here, then we put it on the labeling machine. Yes. Okay. So from the label machine, it's put in boxes, packed and ready to be shipped out. This is a sealing machine. This seals jars, petroleum jelly jars, any jar, plastic jar filler. So what you normally do, you put a container here, press it, it seals, it does that inner seal. Yeah, but you normally do it with the container on top. Yeah, yeah. So normally we only use this for products that needs to be sealed or products that are going to be shipped far. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So once these are the two labeling machines, you can see their labels already there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
So you place a container, it rolls, comes out, so semi-manual. So it labels, it does about 100 labels a minute. Yeah, it does 100 labels a minute. Now from here, this is a finished store, the finished product store. Once they are put in cartons, they go to the store and that's where they're locked in. As you can see, they have an access control. Yes. So the only person who can remove it is a man in charge of stores. Yeah, when it goes to the customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
So it's a whole line. Yeah.
So the final product is right here.
It's right here. Yes, on the labeling. And you store them. Yes, this labels and it also does the batch expiry This is a batching and expiry machine, yeah, which is normally done with a sensor.
On that note, we take a look at the Boss Lady quote of the day. Boss Lady quote of the day. Pursue the things you love doing and then do them so well that people can't take their eyes off of you. This quote is by Maya Angelou.
From my past to where I am, yes, I can say I'm a success. Yeah.
And there's no sleeping on the job.
There's no sleeping on the job.
There's no sleeping on the job.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Wahu, this has been a wonderful interview, and I must say, if there's anything I learned from Wahu, first thing I learned is don't give up. You're not allowed to give up at all. The second thing I learned is that it's okay to hit rock bottom sometimes. How you pick yourself up is what matters. So without further ado, I'd like to say thank you so much. You're such an inspiration, especially, I speak for myself. You're such an inspiration for me and to me. And feel free to look at the camera. You can sign out on camera for us. It's the Boss Lady Show. Go ahead. And then maybe I can vibe her to give me some products.
Oh, yeah? You don't have to get some products for me.
So,
all I can say is keep on doing what you need to do. Failures do not determine you. The sort of person is you who decide you're going to be. Just keep on it. It will pay off at the end of the day.
Drop smile. That was Wahu, or rather Lucy Wahu Kimani, who's just given us, opened the door for us in her industry and even allowed us to check into her factory, just giving us the nitty-gritty so that you and I can be more motivated. There's nothing that a woman cannot do. And yeah, it's okay to hit rock bottom. How you pick yourself up is what matters. My name is Nina Shaban. Thank you so much for keeping it Metropole TV. I say this all the time. Thank you so much for being loyal to the Boss Lady. I'll see you next time.